Alright boys, welcome back to another video. You guys saw in my last video I put the crankshaft on with the end caps. Nothing major, nothing too hard. And on this video I'm going to be putting your my pistons on, rods, everything, rings. I'm sure you guys how to cap the rings and all that good stuff. Right now I have everything out of the box for the first one before I do anything. And these are all going to stay numbered. I'm going to keep them all together with the same ones. So obviously I'm gonna start off with the one. So the way this piston goes, you're gonna want to put them on. Well, I'm putting them on as the way I see the motor inside the car and the engine bay. So this is the front of the motor. So the intake valves are gonna be bigger than the exhaust valves, obviously. So you want the intake is in the front. When you get the head on, you're gonna see the intake's in the front. So you're gonna want these bigger notches. The bigger ones are going to be the intake ones, the smaller ones are going to be the exhaust. So you want the big ones right in the front, just like that. Oh, this bitch don't even fit. No. Right, and then your rod, the way you want your rod is hold on. So I'm basically going to put these back the way I took them off the rod, so you can see the notch where the bearing sits. I think they call them a tang, I don't know, I forget what it's called, but you guys will see when you guys put your bearing on, there's like a little notch there where the bearing sits in the way. But that's gonna be facing the back. That's the way they came off. That's the way I'm put them in. So we're gonna do that. So before we even put anything together, I'm gonna check all the ring gaps, make sure they're all good for each piston, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just assemble everything together. And once I have all the ring gaps cleared, ready to go, I'm gonna start assembling everything together, and I'm gonna show you guys how to put the piston in. But obviously first I'm gonna show you guys how to use the ring grinder, get the gap for the rings, which ring goes for each, and yeah, we should be able to go from there. So that's what we're gonna do first. Make sure all the rings are good for each piston, and start assembling it. All right, so I'll probably just show you guys how to do one on camera, and then I'll do the rest off camera. That way I could just make the process faster for me. So let's go ahead and do the first one, and go from there. All right. So you got your rings here. The top ring's gonna be the silver one, the shiny looking one. You can see it has a marking on it, N200. That's gonna be facing the top. The same with the second ring. It's a little darker, but it's black, and it says the same thing, N200. That's gonna be facing up too. The thing is, this one goes on top. This is the first ring, and this is the second ring. So these are going to be the clearances for different clearances each one. So the top ring is going to be a clearance of 0.18 inch, not millimeters, inches. And the same with this one. This one's going to be 0.21, I believe. I can check my notes right now real quick, but yeah, 0.21. You guys can see that in my notes. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on real quick. Let me put this headset on. All right, so the first one, oh shit, I got the back one. I got this shit dirty already. Can't even tell which one's which now. Yeah, this is the top one. So what you're gonna do is put it in. You're gonna get your piston. Obviously, you guys seen this before, probably. Get your piston. So you put them all the way down. Make sure it's going in squared. Now you gotta get your filler gauge. This is 0.18 inches. Check if it fits. Damn, that's tight. Maybe a little too tight, I don't know. Right? Let's try another filler gauge. Let's go 1.16. See what happens. I mean 0.16. It looks like it moved already though. Fucking bitch. See, that's still a little snug for 16. It's not bad though. Go 17. Because it moved when I put it on the 18, so it might be a little too tight. So let's try 17, see how that works. Yeah, it's tight. So we gotta file a little bit. Alright, let's take this out. Remember, this is the top ring. Get your little fancy little tool here, little file. You wanna make sure you're grinding straight. Hold on, hold your horses, buddy. Alright, there you go. We're gonna go a little bit. I don't know how much that fucking shit takes off, so I don't fuck it up. Put your shit back in there. Not quite. A little more. Alright. It has to be 18. Remember, I'm just using 17 as a starting point because I don't want to fuck this up. Alright, so as you guys can see, this is now it's 18. 17 slid right through, and this one feels snug. See that? So that's what you want right there. 18. This feels good. So that'll work. The top one's done. Now I gotta do the second ring at 0.21 thousandths of an inch. All right. The second ring, like I said, it has to be 0.21 thousandths. Seems like it's right on the money right now. Doesn't seem like I have to do any grinding on the ring. You can see this is 0.21. I'm trying to show you guys, that way I'm seeing like I'm bullshitting you guys. And you see right there, the conversion is 0.63 millimeters. But see how snug that is? It's pretty snug, so that's good right there. I'm gonna leave that as is. I'm not even gonna touch it. So I'll move on to the next one. And so yeah, that's basically how you do rings. Take your time. Don't fucking go ham on the fucking grinder. You gotta take your time on this shit, because if you fuck this up, you're gonna have to wait for another set of rings, and knowing how long that's gonna take nowadays, you'll be sitting in your ass for a while. So so that's it for the rings. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend some time and do the other ones, and I'll get back to you guys when I'm finished. So that way I can start putting on the rods and show you guys how the rings go. Alright, boys, so I finished grinding down the rings. So check out good. Now I took the time and put one piston together. The only reason I did is because this is my first time actually putting a piston together. I don't want to look like a fool until I figured it out how I do it. So I'm gonna grab my second piston. I already put the little retainer ring in there on this side. These are hard to put on too. Kind of a bitch, but I'll show you guys how I did it. And it's getting easier and easier now that I'm doing it. But let's go ahead and I'm gonna assemble this piston, show you guys how to do it, and then I'll get to the rings. I'm not gonna record all of it. I'm just show you guys one. That way you guys get an understanding. I don't want to be repetitive. So you get your piston the way it's gonna sit in the block. The bigger valve clearances on the front, like I mentioned earlier, the smaller ones in the back, and then you want your tains in the back. That's the way it came out. That's the one put it in, the tains for the bearing on the rod. So let's get the fucking little baby shaft. All right, so you're gonna go ahead and get your assembly lube, put some on the piston. You get some more, put on your brass bushing on the rod. If you feel that's just dirty when you're putting your grease in there, you can clean it up. I had that fucking feeling on the first one. I had to wipe that shit back down. You don't want none of that shit going in there. trying to see something real quick. Alright, so you're gonna go ahead and grease your, lube up your pin. Might be a little excessive, but who cares? Ooh, ooh. Alright, go ahead and get your pin started. Alright, once you get it started, alright, look it. Tain's gonna be in the back. Bigger side of the valve clearance in the front. Slide that shit right in there. Like butter. I'll probably put less next time. Alright. Alright, so you're gonna get your little retaining rings. Let me show you guys how I did it. So push it down as much as you can. You gotta get your fucking, you gotta see that notch there, put the beginning there. That way you know it's sitting in there. Once you do that, you gotta get some you guys don't have to use this, you guys can use whatever. If you guys can figure out any way you guys want to do it, go ahead. Whatever easier for you guys, but this is the easiest way for me. Some vice grips with the nose. What the fuck are these called? I guess needle nose vice grips. I don't know. Fuck. Go ahead and put light pressure, not too much, just enough to hold it. And you're gonna get your screwdriver. Pry this part in. Once you get that, you're gonna push it in with another one. There you go. Believe it or not, I know I made it look easy right now, but I was struggling. So, here you go. Just make sure it's in there all the way. Yeah. Double check everything. Alright. Seems like it works. And before you put it away to the side, make sure you have it the way you want it, the way you need it. Tains in the back. Put the bearing back on. Alright, so that's how you put your rods and your pistons. And that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest off camera, and then I'm gonna get to the piston rings. Alright boys, so we're gonna go ahead and start putting the rings on. So like I said before, these are all I checked them already, I grinded them already, they're all good to go. So we're gonna start off with this little ring here. Let me see, let me tell you guys what it's called, that way you guys know. So that one's gonna be the oil ring expander. So on the picture I have here, pretty basic. So you can see here it says wrist pin center. So this is the center of the wrist pin, like this. This is how you want it. Hopefully this just stays. I don't want to drop this bitch. Hold on, let me set up real quick. Hold on. I went ahead and just set up the tripod. I've always had a tripod. I just never used this shit, so I figured I'd use it now. That way you guys can see what I'm doing. But like I said on the diagram, so this is your reference line here. You got your reference line, it says wrist pin, and then right here is gonna have your oil ring, your expander. So this is the gap range you want between, so I'm gonna consider that between here and here, right? Because the wrist pin goes this way. So then let's put that on real quick so I can show you guys. We're gonna move on to the next ones right now. So these do not overlap. These just butt up right up against each other. There's no way it's gonna overlap. So this one's gonna go right on the bottom, right? As so. Alright, so the gap is between there. And then you're gonna get your other rings. These are be your oil ring. Yeah, your little oil rings. They're different sizes. The compression rings are bigger than the oil rings. So each oil ring's gonna sit on, one's gonna sit on top of the expander, the other one's gonna sit on the bottom of the expander. So these you don't have to gap. So let's do the bottom one first. So the bottom one's gonna tell me to it's gonna sit right here. Right there, the end of the opening, the gap. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the corner of the clearance, the notch for the valve, the exhaust valve. So we're gonna go ahead and put this one on. Cool. All right, those are done. Now for the lower compression ring, the second one, the compression ring is going to be facing down this way, the gap. That one's going to be the darker one. Be facing down here, just like that. And then the top one's going to be facing up 180 degrees. Right? So let's get this one in. You guys could get a ring expander. I'd recommend it, to be honest. But I'm struggling. Got it. Cool. That one's gonna be facing down. And then the last one, the top compression ring, is gonna be facing up. Cool. Got it. That's it. That's what you want to do. Yep, perfect. There you go. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest, and then I'm gonna start putting this shit in the fucking... I might as well do it now. Hold on. Let me put this first one on. That way I show you guys how to do it too. And we'll go from there. Alright, so you want to go ahead and get your ARP 86 mil ring compressor. You guys don't have to buy this one. I only got it because I wasn't too sure which one to get. And you can buy with those $15 ones from eBay and shit. I've seen people use those plenty of times. But I only bought this because I've never done this before. And I figured I'd get the right shit. Oh shit, I almost fucked up. Before you do that, you want to oil up the wall. So I'm gonna use WD-40. I heard it works just fine. You don't have to use oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray this, spray that, rub it all in there. Make sure you put this on right. Go ahead and fish it in there. Beautiful. That's in there. Beautiful. So that's one. And that's basically how you do it. So yeah, that's it. It went in pretty smooth. It wasn't too bad. I was just scared to hit it. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the other ones, and then I'll show you guys how to put your rod end caps, and we'll go from there. One more thing before I forget. When you take your caps off, don't just mix and match. Don't mix them up. These are machined together, so they have to stay together. So each one you're doing, take them off and mark them. So I'm doing number 2 right now. I'm just marking them. Make sure you put them back the way they came. You don't want to fuck that up. So just letting you guys know. Nice. Whew. That was intense, my boys. That was intense. Now we're gonna go ahead and turn it around. Put the end caps on from the rods. We're gonna go ahead and do the middle ones first. So we're gonna put some assembly lube on that bearing. Put some right here. There's nothing wrong about being too generous, right? And then after that, well, I'll get to that right now, but let's put these on. Make sure all your tangs, those bearings, are facing the right way. Nice. This one's gonna be 2, 3. Number 2. Number 4, how the fuck? Number 2. Tang on this side, right? I'm just snuggling up by right now. Go ahead and throw your shit to the side. We put some assembly lube. Beautiful. All right, so these rods come with the ARP 2000 bolts. So they're gonna be, a final torque spec is gonna be 30 foot-pounds, but we're gonna start off with 44 inch-pounds, then 15 foot-pounds, and then obviously 30 foot-pounds. So let's go ahead and get these torqued down. Damn, that was quick. And now it's gonna be 15 foot-pounds. All right, now we're gonna go to 30 foot-pounds. Make sure you engage your socket all the way because you do not want to be stripping these bolts. Cool. Now I'm gonna go ahead and re-torque them again, double check them, mark them, call it done. Look at that. It's smooth. All right, boys. It's getting kind of late, but hopefully I explained myself pretty well on how to put the rings on the piston and put all this shit together. If I didn't, I'm sorry. There's plenty of other videos that'll show you how, but I tried my best. So I kind of fucked up putting the block on the stand because I have to put the other part of the block on. And another reason I fucked up is because I got to put this rear seal on for the crank. And this seal is requires RTV, so I gotta put that 3-bond. So I'm gonna make it easier for myself to put it on. So I'm gonna take this off and put it on the table, and that way I do a good job on that. So then after that, I'm gonna put it back on the stand. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Next video, I'm gonna put obviously I'm gonna put the head on. I'm gonna put the fucking bottom, the rest of the block on, the timing chain, all that good shit, and we'll go from there, see how far I get. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Thanks, ugly guy.
Bitch.